Hey everyone, it's Kim.
And this is Jamalyn.
And we are back with the ZUMC update.
Dave has given us the task of updating you on things. We have some notes in front of us, and we're going to try and stick to them.
We are, if you ever watched our podcast, we might go a little long, but we are sticking to 5 interesting points today. The first of which is we want to celebrate Easter. Easter was glorious, as it should be. And as we learned last Sunday, we're in the season of Eastertide, but congratulations to you guys for a fantastic Easter offering. Our goal was $15,000, but you all far exceeded that by raising $22,816. That will go all to Coburn Place for their mental health initiative. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to us. And I know that Coburn Place residents will be more than blessed by your offering.
I feel like we have a theme right now on housing and helping people find stability, which is really what Coburn Place is trying to do, is get stable living for women and their children.
Yep.
And that kind of piggybacked on what our Advent offering was, which was we were supporting SAWS, and we were hoping to be able to build, I think, like 15 ramps. And we managed at Advent to raise enough money through that offering for 20 ramps. And the awesome thing now is that all of our folks have been going out to help build the ramps. So SAWS is an organization that helps people who feel imprisoned in their homes because they are wheelchair bound and do not have a ramp. And so they go in, put ramps on houses. And it's a really fantastic way for families to serve together. The volunteers that head that up are awesome. They even let me have a couple power tools, which was great.
I know. And I've seen like kids as young as 8 and 9 participating. Yeah. So you're right. It is a great family activity. And there's builds coming up.
There is a build coming up at the end of April, and you can go online to sign up for that. The one thing I love about it is sometimes it's hard when you're working on projects because you don't get to see them from start to finish, and you do with SAWS. So when you go in that morning, you start it, and by the time it's over, you actually get to witness the person living in the house coming down the ramp for the very first time, which is really exciting.
It is. I mean, talk about a way to witness transformation.
Yeah.
That's what we're all about. And so I would encourage people to go. Absolutely.
You can sign up again on the website.
Yep. Now we're going to transition to what's going on in worship. Again, we've been having some amazing worship services here at ZUMC. And we will be moving towards summer. And if you were with us last summer, you'll remember that we did one service summer from VBS Sunday up to back to school Sunday. We'll be doing that again. 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on Sunday.
Know why I know?
Why do you know?
Because my son Nathan and my dad are habitual 11 o'clock.
Oh, it's too early.
And they are not thrilled about having to come an hour earlier.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they could just come at 10:30.
No, I told them they're rolling. 10, it's their sacrifice for the Lord.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Their summer sacrifice. Yes. We're also experiencing some other changes in our worship staff. Andy, who's been our tech, lighting, video, sound guy for a lot of years, I don't even know how many, is going to retire this summer, actually in April. And our beloved Frank is going to be retiring at the end of June. So those are 2 of our long-term staffers who will be leaving staff. And so we're looking for people to replace them.
I have already said I cannot be the worship leader. I know people will want to hear me sing on a regular basis, but I can't add anything to my plate right now.
I think that's a wise decision.
Yeah, it's hard for me to turn it down, but I'm...
So if you guys know anyone other than Jamalyn who might be able to fill those roles, feel free to shoot me an email.
Okay, how are we doing so far, Kim?
I think we're doing great.
Do you feel like we should take maybe a halftime break?
Oh, probably not.
Okay.
Because, John is producing and he's got lots of things to do. We've already messed up his schedule enough for the day. So I think we keep it moving.
All right.
We keep it moving to like a general financial update, which is, again, great news. We have received giving 3% over budget and 11% over last year to date. So that's really good. The other news, though, the other side of that coin is kind of that our expenses have also increased because we've had a lot of building updates that needed to be done. So, it's kind of a win-win, but we're kind of even. But again, I think that it's worthy of celebration that our giving is up.
Well, and it's also a reflection of the people who are coming here being good stewards and understanding what it really means to be the body of Christ.
Absolutely.
And so it is a huge celebration, and it's a blessing that we don't really have to talk about money much. We just get to do the ministry God calls us to do.
And I just want to add that that's our tithes and offerings, and that our additional giving are things like the SAWS offering at Advent and the Coburn Place offering at Easter, which are, above and beyond.
Above and beyond. So thank you, everybody, for helping be the hands and feet of Christ through your giving. Now then, I have the last one, and it is about General Conference. So just for those new to our denomination, General Conference is when all the delegates from around the United Methodist Church world come together. They are the speaking body of the United Methodist Church. So technically, Kim and I, although we're elders, are not allowed to speak on behalf of the whole denomination. Only the General Conference can do that.
Yeah.
And so it's the business meeting of the denomination. And because of COVID, we've gotten off pace a little bit. And our next General Conference is coming up April 23rd through May 3rd in St. Louis. It's 2 weeks. The first week, they do a lot of talking, and the second week, they do a lot of voting.
Yeah.
And there's a particular issue that I know a lot of people are interested to know about in the way of how the United Methodist Church's theology views same-sex attraction. Mm-hmm. And so we are going to be keeping a very close eye on that. I know many of you have been taking the classes that Dave and Kyle have been teaching, as well as before Dave taught the class with
Seth.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so a couple things about this. We're not really sure what's going to happen, but we do know that we really hope that everyone will be holding our denomination in prayer. And specifically, I'm praying for collaboration and for peace and for understanding, that would be how people are viewing discussions.
Yeah. I'm praying that we can just hear each other and not need to necessarily agree, but to hear each other. I mean, the faith is based on vigorous debate.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially even when you look at the book of Acts, I always am like, after the disciples were left, they weren't really sure circumcision, not circumcised,
right?
What to eat. I mean, this is not a new debate,
right?
But I think I'm just praying that we all will come to the table with grace, humility, and understanding.
Yeah. And during this season of the conference and after, your pastors will be writing daily devotionals.
Yeah.
And asking you to join us in prayer for the denomination and for the conference.
And you can keep up with, they actually have press releases that come out pretty regularly. So you can go and read those if you'd like. But on our own website, we're going to have a special place for the updates of what's happening in the conference, especially with the voting. So you'll be able to go straight to our website if you want to look at those.
Yeah. And I think if you really are looking for something to do, that you can probably even Facebook Live some of the conference
it's live
streamed.
And someone asked me once, can anybody go to General Conference? And you can, anyone can go, but you aren't allowed to sit in front of the voting bar. So our annual conference a while ago had voted for delegates. And so those are the delegates who will be voting on behalf of us as a conference.
Yeah.
So pray for them too, because they have a lot they have to work through.
A lot of responsibility, a lot of time, A lot of prayer, a lot of discernment.
Kim and I have a lot of friends who have decided to do that for our conference, and God bless them.
Yeah.
It's a ton of prep work.
It is. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. So, I mean, but one thing I love about the United Methodist denomination is that the level of commitment from lay people and clergy to serve outside of their local church, to serve, regionally and globally. So,
well, that's true, because there are lay delegates, and the clergy delegates aren't getting paid extra for doing this, but it's kind of their vocation.
Right.
The lay people are simply doing it because they love their church and they want to see it get better, which is amazing.
It is amazing.
All right. I think we have gotten through our 5 things. If I could just add one thing.
Of course, Jamalyn.
What are you most excited about for spring?
Warm weather that stays.
Oh. Yeah, you need to move to San Diego.
Yeah, maybe.
It's 70 degrees every day.
It's coming. Yeah.
I'm excited about working in the yard.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I like digging in the dirt.
Yeah, okay. I do. I've actually done some of that already.
All right. John, how did we do? John is giving us a thumbs up. And
so we'll see you maybe on the next update, but, tune in. It could be anybody. Like, they may not let us do it again.
All right. Happy Easter tide, everybody.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye.